Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're breaking down all the features and capabilities of the Govee LED strip lights. And yes, I also got a cheap generic version just as a base comparison so you know what to expect different from Govee versus the cheapest LED lights out there. And if you click this video wondering what's the difference between all these Govee LED lights that look super similar but actually have different features, then stick around because I will make sure to break down the difference between all three of their most popular models. The first model that we're checking out is the H6125 Govee LED strip light. These were $27.99 from Amazon, and I did buy 16.4 feet. In the box, I did get the controller that's attached to the row of LED lights. I got the power supply, and I also got a bunch of clips that can be directly installed on a wall or any other surface, either by screwing them in with the included screws or by using the included adhesive on the back of each clip. Checking the back of the LED strip, it also has its own adhesive that can help stick this to any surface. Now, preferably when you're installing these, you'll want to use the included alcohol wipe and make sure you wipe down the surface so that you can get the best adhesion with the included glue. Besides those adhesives and mounting options, there's also adhesive on the controller on the LED lights. So if you are plugging this into the wall and you're afraid that the power supply is going to pull your LED lights down, I don't see that happening in this case if you use the included adhesive on the controller. Now, one last thing worth mentioning is that this LED strip has a ton of LED bulbs, and you'll see later on in this video how much of a difference that actually makes. And onto the second LED model, this is the H617A Govee LED strip light. In the box, it's essentially the same as the last model. You're getting the roll of LED lights with the controller attached. You also get the power supply and you get the alcohol wipe to clean the surface, but you don't get any LED clips. Another thing worth mentioning is that the controller and the LED strip power supply is a little bit smaller than the previous model. As far as the LEDs go, you do have a lot less LEDs per foot on this one, about half the amount as the last model. Checking the back of the LED strips, you still have the same adhesive that you got on the last model, and I don't really expect this to change on the other ones as they all pretty much use what works. And finally, onto the last model, this is the H618A Govee LED strip light. In the box, you are getting the small power supply, the small controller, and you also get the roll of LED lights with an alcohol wipe, but still no LED clips for this one either. And once again, on the back, it is using the exact same adhesive as the last two models. These lights did cost me $29.99 versus the last model that I just showed you, which was $14.99. And keep in mind, both of these LED lights have the same amount of LEDs per foot. Now for the brightness and color test, we do have all the LED strips plugged in with the corresponding box on top of its own LED strip. And I'm not sure if you noticed, but I just realized none of these have any controllers, minus the one that's on the actual power cord. Personally, I definitely would have preferred a remote, since a lot of times you'll probably go to bed or sit on your couch and want to have another way to turn these on or off that doesn't strictly rely on you having your phone all the time or getting up and finding the power cord, since sometimes you could put the power cord in a really hidden spot and not be able to access it afterwards. Now, as someone that has tested tons of LED lights and has actually spent hundreds of thousands of dollars getting LED lights from suppliers in China, I can definitely tell you that having an infrared sensor can also cause a lot of issues if you're using a remote on your LED lights, since this method of communication with the LED lights leaves you prone to malfunctioning controllers that get reprogrammed by random infrared blasts, like from your TV remote, stereo, or whatever else in your house uses an actual remote. So from that point of view, I can definitely understand why Govee would prefer you actually controlling them through their mobile app or with a physical built-in controller. These are all smart lights at the end of the day, so you will have to download the Govee app if you want to have full customization of them. For full disclosure, Govee has sent me LED light products in the bag, like the ones you see on my wall, as I am an affiliate creator on TikTok and I promote electronic products for a living. And don't worry, they've never paid me up front to speak well about their products. They've only sent me samples to try out for myself, and if I like them, I promote them. And I actually make my money when people purchase these products using my affiliate links that will be in the video description down below. And if I didn't mention it yet, I did go and buy all these LED strips on the floor on Amazon so I could get the full customer experience from start to finish. With that out of the way, as soon as I open the Govee mobile app, I do see that it's already detected all the LED strips that are active. And connecting them is as simple as clicking on their name and just accepting the confirmation. As I'm adding these in my mobile app, I am seeing that the H618A model, which is this one right here, it is connected to my Wi-Fi so I can interact with it from outside of my home, and also integrated with other services like Alexa or Google Home. As for the one ending in 17A, this model is only using Bluetooth, so I will only be able to control it when I'm nearby. And for the last model in the bunch, this one is also only controlled via Bluetooth. Now that everything is connected in the mobile app, we can actually see the difference between all of them, starting with the first one on the left. This one actually has individually addressable LED bulbs everywhere along the LED strip, which means we get access to even cooler features like custom light patterns that can be using different colors and are perfect for creating animations or making a really cool ambiance with a plethora of colors that can all be addressed to each LED bulb. This will be perfect if perhaps you want different colors on different segments of your wall or furniture, or if you decide to make a custom build and want to have individually addressable RGB bulbs everywhere, then this will be absolutely perfect, since not only do you get the preset modes in the app, but also completely DIY the effects that you want, or even finger sketch over the LED strip to create the colors and designs that you want. Just check that out. That's super simple to use and actually really cool. After combing through the app, it also looks like you can use addressable RGB settings for the other two LED strips, which is something I completely did not expect. When I was buying this 3 set of LED lights, that was the big selling feature for the one on the left, having that addressable RGB. And maybe I missed it, but these two apparently have the exact same feature. With all three having the same color capabilities, it is worth mentioning the one on the left seems to have double the LED bulbs of the other two lights, which means you can get more customization, especially for smaller spaces, and it can also mean an overall brighter LED strip. And if having more brightness or color doesn't really draw your attention, you can definitely check out the other two LED strips. And even with these two LED strips, the only difference is really that smart home integration with the one on the right, with things like Google Home and Alexa. Now let's get it dark in here and see the difference between the different LED strips, so you can see exactly what kind of brightness you can expect from each different one. Starting with the one on the right, here it is at 100% brightness and all the way down at 4% brightness. And for a quick color check, let's put it back at 100% brightness and actually test the different colors. Those were the rainbow colors. Now here is the white color and the warm color option. Hopefully you can kind of see in the video that it's a little bit yellow, almost a little bit greenish. And that's because these don't have a specific bulb that actually makes yellow light. Instead, it's actually mixing the colored LEDs to make that white color in a cold tone and a warm tone. Now let's turn that off and go to the middle LED strip. Here it is at 100% brightness. And here it is all the way down at 4%. Now let's turn it all the way back up to 100% and go through the rainbow colors so you can see what to expect. It should essentially be the same as the last one that you just saw. And once again, here it is with the white color option and the warm color option, literally the exact same thing as the last LED strip. And last but not least, our favorite LED strip here, the one with the most LEDs. Here it is at 100% brightness, going through the different rainbow colors. This one definitely stands out as a brighter option. And I almost feel like the colors look way more vivid just because there's not such a gap between the bulbs. And here it is on the white color option and the yellow color option. As far as color goes, it literally is the same thing as the other two, just with the bulbs much closer together and at a higher density. So there you have it. Hopefully I did a good job of showing you the different features on all the LED strips that Govee has to offer. Now, if you stuck around this long, I will also show you a generic LED light just so you can have a base comparison on whether you should go Govee, which I think is personally the better option, or if you should just stick to the generic Chinese LED strips. So here are the Chinese LED lights with no space wasted in the box. It looks like they have an infrared controller with a remote, a very short power supply, and 2 LED rolls. Now, the first thing I will say is don't be fooled by the insane length on these LED lights. I believe this is about 100 feet, just because Govee does also offer 100 feet options for most of their popular LED lights. Now, taking a closer look at the LED strip, these are incredibly thin. I have never seen LED lights this thin and tiny. Just look at the bulb, it's absolutely tiny. Now, the size on the bulbs might have had me fooled because as soon as I turn them on and compare them to the Govee LED lights, they actually look pretty comparable in terms of brightness. Now, these are both on their white color option, and it looks like this one, which is the Chinese generic one, does look a lot more blue than the Govee LED strip. As far as the light bulb density goes, it is comparable to the 2 options on the right, with the Chinese version having about half the LED lights that the one on the left has from Govee. And checking the back of the LED strip, it does have an incredibly sticky adhesive. Now, I'm not sure how long or how well these will hold up, but I still think if you clean and prep the surface correctly, you should not have any issues, especially with tape this sticky. So here it is laid out next to the Govee lights. It might be a little less bright than the Govee lights, but still, in terms of brightness, I don't think that's bad at all, especially considering you're getting 100 feet of LED lights. You could probably go over the same spot multiple times if you really need additional brightness. So here you go. Here are the different color options. They actually look really solid. I'm actually impressed. Now, one major thing we do have to mention is that these are not addressable individually to each bulb, which is a major letdown considering all of the Govee options have fully addressable individual bulbs on their LED strip. As I'm looking at the manual, I'm not sure if I said that these are not smart LED lights, but they actually do have smart app control after I read further into the manual. Alright, so I'm in the app and it looks like we can actually select our device here that we're trying to add. And once I've added it, let's see if it actually shows up. And now that I've added my device, let's see if it actually shows up in the app menu. And I actually can't even touch anything because I already got a pop-up ad and I literally can't go back into the control dashboard. I even clicked the ad and it still did not go away. I actually have to restart the whole app. Alright, and now we're back in the app and it looks like if they can't make the money on the LED lights, maybe they'll make their money on the app. But now that we're here, it does look like we have full customization of the colors. If you want to change the entire LED strip into a singular color, the red looks red, green looks green. Just look at the green and the yellow. I guess that's kind of yellow. It looks a little bit green to me, like a lime green. Here it is on the pink and purple. I think the colors look a little bit off to what I'm expecting, especially looking at the app. It doesn't really quite look like the actual LED strip color. Besides the colors, you also have different LED modes in the app. So if you want to have rainbow effects, if you want to change the speed, if you want to have them react to music, you can also do that in here. And yes, that music feature is pretty standard across the other Govee LED lights as well. And they don't require the app to activate that mode because they do have a built-in microphone in their individual controllers. For the Chinese LED lights, I do have to either play my own music or just let it use my phone's microphone for it to actually work with the music syncing mode. It looks like that's about all the features we get in the app. I can't integrate this into my other smart home devices, so that's all we have for now. Alright, so what is the final verdict on the LED lights? I think if you want to go Chinese, you can definitely get a ton of LED lights for a very low price. But if you want to go Govee and you want to pick up the one that's the brightest and has the best color, definitely go with the one on the left. This one has double the LEDs basically of the other 2 options. Now, as for these 2 options, the only difference here is going to be the smart home integration. If you want to use it with Google Home or Alexa, definitely go with this one. And if you want to use it with just your phone, then go with this one. Hopefully you liked this video and breakdown. If you want to see more videos like this, definitely subscribe. And if you want me to review other products, let me know in the comments. So as I'm packing these up and just reflecting back on the major differences from Govee and the generic Chinese LED lights, it definitely puts into perspective for me why I stopped sourcing from China and just went straight with Govee. And yes, Govee probably makes these in China as well, but it looks like they have their own software, their own controllers. Pretty much everything they have is proprietary to them. And nobody else seems to have it yet, even 5 years later, which is pretty insane. Now, maybe if I get a more expensive option for LED lights, there might be something out there that's comparable. But for now, it does look like Govee is still at the top of their game when it comes to LED products.